Right, everyone, just waiting for this to set up. Hopefully we are live in a second. Bear with me, redirecting. I think we are live, hurrah! Let me go back to my other screen, otherwise I'll watch myself in playback, which is pretty nasty. So, good afternoon, everyone, 3 p.m. UK time, day 3 of my 12 food stories of hope and inspiration. And today it is about, will you believe it, music and sausage rolls. And I found my most sausage roll collared top. It's not quite like the ones I'm going to talk about, but bear with me for this one because there is a connection. So why music and sausage rolls? Sometimes things can truly surprise and inspire you from the most unlikely sources. And please do bear with me. I'm not the biggest chart follower here in the UK, but I was aware that obviously every year there's a real battle for who's going to get the Christmas #1 right. And I think Mariah Carey was geared up for this one because, will you believe it, she has actually not ever had a Christmas #1 with All I Want for Christmas. But she got a #1 a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and everyone thought, right, this is Mariah's year. Mariah's going to do it, and boom, in comes LadBaby. I must have been living under a stone because I was not aware of the phenomenon that is LadBaby. So let me put this into context, right? This is a pseudonym for a chap called Mark, graphic designer, blogger, YouTuber, and big sausage roll enthusiast. So he started blogging about himself as a lad when he first became a parent, with his wife Roxanne and LadBaby. That's where that came from. So these guys, Mark, his wife, and their now 2 children, have topped the UK Christmas single chart 3 years running with a song or with songs about sausage rolls. There's a Dutch connection, it's pretty similar. Sausage meat wrapped in puff pastry, delicious. To put that into context, only the Beatles and the Spice Girls have done that before them, 3 years running. And the common subject is sausage rolls. Now, the next bit comes with a health warning, and I may need to limber up for this. Excuse me 1 second. The first year, 2018. We built this city on sausage rolls. Yeah, that's the health warning. Second year, 2019. I love sausage rolls. This year, don't stop me eating. Yeah, and this is why I'm a chef and a coach and not a singer, but you get the gist. They take classic songs and change the lyrics, change the title. Their music videos are endearing, funny, real people, laughs, yet with real heart to them. Their album covers, sorry, their single covers are pretty amazing too. I'll put a link underneath this post so you can go check it out. But what's even more amazing about these songs is that they are all for charity. All the proceeds go to the Trussell Trust. And what is the Trussell Trust? It is a charity that supports a network of food banks, and they also do campaigns to hopefully eventually relieve food poverty in the UK. How amazing is that? Food poverty in the UK, especially this year, is as high as it's ever been. So food banks, even throughout the pandemic, lockdowns, etc., and also many communities have and are still doing amazing things to help other people. So why does LadBaby support this particular charity, right? Well, as it turns out, they have been at the edge of food poverty themselves. There was a time when Roxanne, mum, was in the supermarket and they literally only had £20 to spend on their weekly shop. And that included like baby wipes, diapers, but they needed to eat too, right? So she was at the till and it gets all typed in, right? And okay, madam, it's £20 and 70 pence. She didn't have 70 pence. She only had £20. So she was starting to go, okay, so what do I remove from my shopping basket? Everything in here is absolutely essential. And there was a tap on her shoulder from the person behind and she panicked. She thought, oh my God, this person is annoyed at me because I'm holding up the queue, but I don't know what to do. This person said, are you okay? She was nearly in floods of tears because obviously she wasn't. This person gave her £1, a single £1 coin, so that she could have the shopping she needed for her family. Kindness, simple human kindness, which is what we are also seeing now. So they obviously stayed very closely engaged with food poverty because they have been there. That's why all their proceeds of those number one singles go to the trust. As I said a bit ago, the whole food poverty, food banks, communities, this year more than ever are at the heart of helping each other. At the start of the pandemic, because I had certain slots booked for deliveries, I didn't cancel those. I went round my neighbours, etc., saying, do you need milk? Do you need eggs? I have a surplus of flour, which I now don't need. All the things, the basics that we all need. We have a lovely member in this very group who is involved with, she's in a very remote area in Scotland, and therefore food doesn't get to them easily. So she's now involved for her community to come up with recipes of the most basic things or leftovers or whatever they can get, but also planning ahead for planting food so that they can become potentially more self-sufficient. I have a lovely friend in South Africa that is doing similar from a self-sufficiency purpose. So food waste is therefore also very close to my heart, because some of us are at least in a position where we are not in that food poverty line, and hopefully we can stay that way with everything that's going on, especially here in the UK and Brexit and all that. But food waste is something that we can all look at in our kitchen. And I'm delighted that literally within the last hour in our lovely community Facebook group, there was a post literally about repurposing and reusing foods that are in our fridge. So what can we do in our kitchens, right? Reduce food waste, and the start of that is not to buy more than you need. Plan ahead so that, you know, right, I only need half an onion for this recipe, so the other half I can use for what? I only need a red onion for this, but actually if I get white onions, which are often cheaper, I can do this dish and then divide half here, half there. Same with potatoes, same with anything, same with meat, fish, whatever you cook. So planning about what you buy and what you cook, I think, is very, very important to reduce food waste. A lot of my recipes on my website are either born from leftovers, opening up the fridge and the cupboards and go, right, what have we got here, right? It's late at night. I don't want to do too much. I can't go out and buy, what have I got and what can I make? And a lot of my recipes also, even if it is not born from leftovers, have notes at the bottom which talk about, okay, if you have leftover this, you can put it together with this, from that recipe, from this recipe, and just thinking out of the box rather than what we normally may do, especially now. If you do have leftovers, see whether your neighbours can make use of it. If there are lots of them, I was involved, I was part of a recipe booklet for a lovely local cafe, which basically is all built around using leftovers from restaurants, etc., and not making food get to waste. I think there's some details on my site. I can't remember. I'm sure there is. The other thing is to properly recycle the leftovers that you don't use, as in to use, don't throw them in the general rubbish, don't do the, think about where that food goes, because most areas and countries have ways of recycling food waste separately to be able to be composted and used in other ways to feed our wonderful earth, right? Another way you can help is donate to charities like the Trussell Trust. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but the Trussell Trust, or see what other similar charities are available in your area where you can, if you are able to, can make a contribution for people that need it the most right now. Last but not least, if life gives you sausage rolls, make a song and dance about it and appreciate what you've got. I'll pop a link to some of this stuff underneath the feed. And that's it for today. Tomorrow, we are talking about action and reaction. That will be day 4, story 4 of our 12 stories of food for hope and inspiration. I hope you enjoyed today, and I do hope you have a wonderful day and evening, whatever you do, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Lots of love.